Oi, boa noite.
Boa noite. Então vamos começar a aula de hoje. Let's start tonight's class. Ok? Então nós estávamos vendo, falando sobre alimentos, compras e restaurante. We were seeing this subject about food, shopping, and restaurants. And we were seeing some vocabulary about the principles, the most important meals that we do in our lives, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Tonight, before we do the activities, we will see more of some examples on how we can use this, say things about breakfast and dinner and lunch in Portuguese. Starting with breakfast. You know, tomar café, it's the action of having breakfast in Portuguese. Tomar café. Okay, it is important to say the whole phrase, the whole expression. Because when you separate the words, they mean different things. Café will mean only coffee, okay, coffee, and tomar, this verb alone means to take, okay, to take. Take something, an object with your hands, or to ingest something like a medicine, to take a medicine. We also have this meaning of this verb in Portuguese. So you can say, vou tomar meu remédio. I will take my medicine now. Or I can say in terms of grabbing an object. I will take this phone here and take home with me. So eu vou tomar esse celular de você e ir para casa. Okay, so take something from someone. I can use this verb in this meaning as well. That is why you need to join the two words together when you want to express this meaning. Having breakfast, tomar café needs to go together. Okay, tomar café. So, tomar café, café da manhã, café da manhã. Let me just add here, café da manhã, café da manhã. Tomar café or tomar café da manhã. Okay. Why we can say just tomar café? Because of that thing that I keep explaining to you guys. We Brazilians tend to say things as fast as we can. So instead of saying the whole phrase tomar café da manhã, we tend to say just tomar café. And everybody knows that we are referring to the first meal of the day. Tomar café. Okay? Tomar café means tomar café da manhã. Café da manhã means breakfast. The first meal in the morning. Did you understand this? Is everyone following me now?
Yes, but if I get you right now, it is. I think it
Please,
is three
I don't
now.
get it.
Tomar café, café Giamaya, and tomar café Giamaya. Giamaya, sorry.
Okay, if you want to say in the morning, it is not da manhã. Okay, da manhã. If you want to say in the morning, it is de manhã. The preposition changes. Okay, pay attention to this. Let me write this down. Café de manhã means you are drinking coffee in the morning. That is why it needs to be in this way if you want to refer, if you are referring to breakfast. Café da manhã. Okay, café da manhã means breakfast. Café
Café da
de,
manhã,
yeah, café da manhã means breakfast. Café de manhã means some coffee that you are drinking in the morning. Okay, it means just regular coffee here. As I told you, café da manhã, the whole expression means breakfast. Here, if you change the structure, You're changing the preposition. Now it means something else. It just means regular coffee, some regular coffee that you are drinking in the morning. Coffee, coffee. Because here it doesn't mean coffee, because you may have milk with biscuits in your breakfast. In the Portuguese, it will also be called café da manhã, okay? Because café da manhã, it is not coffee. It is the first meal that you have in the morning, okay? This is how we say breakfast in Portuguese. Café da manhã, alright? If you say café de manhã, it is just some regular coffee, the drinking coffee that you are having in the morning. Alright? Is this clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So here are some phrases on how we use café da manhã in our daily lives. Here, in the present tense, eu acordo e tomo café todos os dias. So here, guys, tomar, it is the verb in its original form without being conjugated. Now here it is this verb tomar being conjugated by me. Okay, I. Right here, eu tomo. Eu tomo, it is the verb tomar being conjugated in the present tense. Eu tomo. What? Eu tomo café todos os dias. I have breakfast every day. But before I have breakfast, I do something else. I need to wake up first. Do we all agree on this? Right? So I
Yes.
wake up and have breakfast every day. I know it may sound silly, but this is just for you to practice, your vocabulary. So here you have two verbs. Eu acordo. Acordar means to wake up. Eu acordo. And I have breakfast. Eu tomo café. Café, tomar café. Eu tomo café todos os dias. Here again, guys, it doesn't mean actual coffee. It is the action of having breakfast. It can be anything that you can eat in the first meal. We will see some examples of breakfast, Brazilian's breakfast. Okay? So, eu acordo e tomo café todos os dias. I wake up and have breakfast every day. So, everybody say this phrase. Eu acordo e tomo café todos os dias.
Eu acordo e tomo
E
café todos os dias.
Tomo café todos os dias.
Yes,
okay.
todos os dias eu tomo café. So it is important
Was
to.
sorry.
Okay,
Can I,
question?
yes. This cafe, for instance, now, in this sentence, you're saying you're making just use of cafe to be
Yeah,
breakfast. How can we now know that the cafe they are referring to is coffee and not just necessarily breakfast? For instance, if I want to say I take coffee every day,
you need to
and
change the verb, okay? Because this structure here will give the sense, people will understand that you are referring to having breakfast. But if you change the verb to a synonymous, then they will understand that you are referring to actual coffee. So you can say, eu acordo e bebo, okay? Bebo café. Bebo, now, if you say eu bebo café, it is not breakfast anymore, because to be breakfast, you need to use this verb, tomar, okay? Tomar café. Here, beber means to drink, okay?
okay,
So
so the word toma can never be used for coffee. It's only for breakfast.
yeah,
Just to understand.
sometimes people use it in this way, but they will give a different idea, so they will have to explain what they truly mean. They will have to say,
Okay.
no, I'm referring to actual coffee. So it demands an explanation. And then people will understand you. Okay? But in order to avoid this confusion, it is best to say, eu bebo café todos os dias. This is how we Brazilians do when we want to avoid confusion. We don't say, eu tomo café todos os dias, unless we are referring to breakfast, okay? If you want to say
Is
actual
it
coffee, beber.
is it is it okay to separate it as café da manhã and then café?
Uh,
Café for coffee and then café da manhã to understand it as breakfast.
you mean using the two expressions in the same phrase? Is this what you're trying to say?
I mean, in a sentence, is it possible that the sentence should carry café da manhã for one to understand it as breakfast and then café as the normal coffee?
No, no. If you trying to say if you are trying to say that your breakfast is just coffee, you will need to be, to explain. For example, eu tomo café todos os dias. Eu só tomo café no café da manhã. This is how the structure will be. Eu só tomo café. Eu só tomo café. Se no café da manhã. No café da manhã. Café. Let me fix this. Café da manhã. See here, I'm using this verb tomar to refer to just café because afterwards I'm explaining, detailing that this coffee, it is actual coffee that I have in the breakfast. So here it is an example of a phrase that café it is coffee and
Coffee.
also breakfast. Eu só tomo café no café da manhã. I only have coffee in the breakfast. Is this how it would be in English? You only drink, you only have coffee in your breakfast.
I take I take coffee for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this now clear my confusion. Café da manhã should be breakfast, which means in that sentence, eu acordo e be toma café da manhã todos os dias. Can that be correct?
E bebo café da manhã? No. Because
Eu tomo café da manhã, not bebo.
eu acordo e tomo café da manhã todos os dias. Yeah, but if you say this way,
Is it
you are referring to breakfast, okay? Eu acordo e tomo café da manhã todos os dias. You are saying the long expression, okay? Café da manhã todos os dias,
yes?
okay?
Yes.
But here it is not just coffee, it is breakfast. The reason why we say just tomar café, let me just fix this, is because as I keep telling you guys, we tend to try to say things the fastest way we can. So that is why I don't say the whole expression. Eu acordo e tomo café da manhã todos os dias, because this will be too long. We try to be short. Eu acordo e tomo café, just this, todos os dias, instead of
Okay.
eu acordo e tomo café da manhã todos os dias. Because café da manhã can only be in the morning, so there's no need to be get so explanational. You understand? You are waking up,
Yeah.
you know it is in the morning, so there's no need to say café da manhã, because everybody will understand already that you are referring to breakfast, because you just woke up. Eu acordo e tomo café da manhã todos os dias. Alright? Café da manhã or just café. Eu acordo e tomo café
Okay.
todos os dias. Alright, guys. Here, você já tomou café? Você já tomou café? This is a very used phrase in our regular lives here in Brazil. It's usually asked by your mother if you are a teenager or if you live close to your mom. She will worry about you. And this means, have you had breakfast yet already? Have you had your breakfast already. Let me change this. Breakfast. All right, your grandma, your mama can ask this to you. Even at your workplace, you know, I in my workplace, usually people ask me this question: Você já tomou café? Because sometimes they buy bread, and they buy lots of bread, and they ask the people, you know, have you had breakfast? Because otherwise, all of that bread will go to trash, and they want to avoid this. So they share as much as they can. And then they ask me this question: Você já tomou café? Você já tomou café? People may ask you this question if they worry about you, okay? So say with me: Você já tomou café?
Você já tomou café?
Você
Você já tomou café?
Yes, você já tomou café? And of course, this is a phrase that you can also use if you have a visitor early in the morning. So you want to be polite, right? And then you ask your visitor, você já tomou café? Okay, you are offering breakfast, you're being polite. Okay, você já tomou café? And then you can have a positive answer. Sim, eu já tomei café. Yes, I had already have breakfast. Sim, eu já tomei café. So everybody, sim, eu já tomei café.
Sim, eu
Sim,
já tomei
eu já
café.
tomei café.
Yes, café.
Café.
Yes, café. And then this is the way how you say yes. I've already had breakfast. Okay, breakfast. Yeah, in this way. So maybe you are the person that is visiting someone, and then you can reply the person. Yes, I've already had breakfast. Sim, eu já tomei café. Uh, you can also have a negative answer. No, não, eu estou em jejum. Eu estou em jejum. Uh, I am fasting. I am fasting. No, I am fasting. Uh, I don't know if this have the same meaning in English. I am fasting. This fasting, the action of not eating. We see this a lot in the Bible. You know, I'm fasting because I'm trying to pray. But in Portuguese, if you if you're just, you know, you did not have yet your breakfast, so you're empty bellied. In Portuguese we also say estar em jejum. Okay, estar em jejum means that you also means actually it also means that you haven't eaten anything. Okay, you have not eaten anything, so you are in jejum. Jejum also means to fast, okay, to fast. If you are praying in the church, so you have not eaten anything in the day, you are fasting, also means jejum, okay? So estar em jejum means, okay, two things. In the regular lives means not that you have not eaten eaten anything. Okay, it is not related to a religious reason. Okay, you just have not eaten anything. You are still preparing your meal, something like this. Okay, está em jejum. You have not eaten anything. It can also mean to fast to fast because you are praying. Okay, so it means these two things. Remember this. All right. These two meanings. You have questions on this? Is this clear?
Ah,
Yeah, so
Okay.
estar em jejum means these two things. For example, sometimes you need to go to the doctor to do some exams, blood exam, and the doctor recommends, you know, before we take your blood, you need to be em jejum. Em português would be something like this, okay? Você
Okay.
precisa estar em jejum. He's saying that you need you cannot eat anything before the exam, ok? Você precisa estar em jejum, alright? Você precisa estar em jejum.
ah,
The doctor recommendation. Doctor, yeah, something like this. Alright? So estar em jejum means these two things. That is why here in our example, when the person asks, você já tomou café? The other one can reply, não, eu estou em jejum. Eu estou em jejum. So everybody repeat with me. Eu estou em jejum.
Eu estou em jejum.
Yes, jejum. Here,
jejum.
yeah, let's say you have breakfast and then you can reply to the person. Eu comi pão com ovo e Nescau. Eu comi pão com ovo e Nescau.
No.
Eu comi pão com ovo e Nescau.
Eu comi
Como
pão com ovo e Nescau
Nescau.
No café da manhã.
No
No
café da
café.
manhã.
da manhã.
Yes. So this is how you explain what have you had in your breakfast. So, você já tomou café? Sim, eu já tomei café. Eu comi pão com ovo e Nescau no café da manhã. And I believe you guys know what Nescau means. It is a brand of chocolate.
Sim.
Here in Brazil, we have this habit of calling the food not by what it is, but by the brand. Okay, so we don't say
Sim.
Nescau, it is achocolatado. Okay, achocolatado. It's just liquid chocolate. Achocolatado. But the people, because of the culture, they sometimes, most of the times actually, called achocolatado of Nescau because Nescau is a famous brand of chocolate. Imagine this. There is another brand called Todd. Todd. Let me write this down. Todd. Sorry. Todd. So here it is like the rival of Nescau, but Todd is not so famous as Nescau. So people may say a phrase like this: esse Nescau não é muito bom. Muito bom. É, ele é o Todd. See, so basically they are calling Todd, which is another brand of Nescau, but trying to say this achocolatado. Okay, now Nescau means achocolatado in general. They are not just referring to the brand. And if you think about it, Todd will never be Nescau because they are two different brands. But culturally, people, when they want to say achocolatado, achocolatado, which is the right word of liquid chocolate, they replace this word by Nescau because it is the most famous brand of chocolate, liquid chocolate, in Brazil. Okay, you may hear this a lot. They are drinking Todd, which is another brand, but they are calling it Nescau. Okay. Oh, esse Nescau não é muito bom. Que marca é? What is the brand? Todd. Okay. Happens a lot. So every time you hear Nescau, it is a brand of chocolate, the beverage. All right? Keep this in mind. Next, we have another example. Eu tomei copo de café no café da manhã. This was exactly what our classmates were asking, 5 minutes ago. Eu tomei copo de café. Here, regular coffee. Eu tomei copo de café no café da manhã. So, what have you had for breakfast? Only a cup of coffee. Let me just give you here the translation. So, eu tomei copo de café no café da manhã. This means this here. I had a cup of coffee for breakfast. All right? So here it is the example that we just saw before. Coffee, regular coffee, a coffee as breakfast. Alright? Eu tomei copo de café, a cup of coffee for breakfast, no café da manhã. So everybody, let's say this phrase together. Eu tomei copo de café no café da manhã.
Eu tomei um
Eu
copo
tomei copo de café no café da manhã.
Yes, just this. My grandpa used to do this. He used not eat. He didn't eat anything for breakfast. He just used to take, a cup of coffee in the morning. It was his breakfast already. Old people in Brazil tend to do this. Just have a cup of coffee for breakfast. Eu tomei copo de café no café da manhã. Next we have eu tomei uma xícara de café. And now you may see the difference, okay? Xícara. Xícara is different from copo, okay? Copo. Although here the translation may be the same, it is translating as the same in the same way in English. They are different objects, okay? Keep this in mind. Copo is different from xícara. I will show you some examples in a minute. For now, let's read this phrase together. Eu tomei uma xícara de café.
Eu tomei uma xícara de café.
Not café.
café.
Café. Café. Remember
Café.
what I told you guys. Here, every time you see the acento, it means the stress sound of the word. It is here. So you don't say café. If you say café, you are putting the stress here in the first syllable. You need to put the stress sound always in the syllable that has acento. Okay? So you don't say café. You say café. Put all the stress in the syllable that has acento. Café. Okay?
Café.
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 Exactly. This way.
Café.
Café. So here, guys, let me show you some examples. Xícara. You guys will see what it means. Café. Just give me a minute. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Right here. Now I will change this so you guys see. Yeah. Here, guys, xícara. Xícara, it is this object. Okay? Xícara. This object here. Are you guys seeing this? Everybody seeing this?
Yes.
So xícara can only be used to drink coffee and tea. Okay? So in Portuguese, we'll only say xícara de café e xícara de chá. Ok? Xícara de café, xícara de chá. Copo, it is different, a different object. Copo can be this here. Copo de. Let me just. Here. Copo. This one here is what we called copo. Can be of glass, steel. It can be of plastic. We have lots of copo types of copo in Portuguese. In Brazil, here, copo. This one here you may see in some public spaces. We call it copo descartável. Descartável. This word, descartável, it is something like you can something that you can discard because you only use it once and then there is no usage anymore. Something expendable, yes, something that you discard as soon as you are done using it. Okay, so copo descartável. This one, copo descartável. This here, plastic, copo de plástico. This one too. So you see the shape, it is different. This one, it is longer. Copo, it is this. Xícara, the other one that we have seen before. Okay? Questions on this? Are you guys? Did you guys understand this?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get back here. Uh, in Brazil, not everyone has xícara. Xícara, it is a how do we say? It is a little more expensive than copo. Copo is way more cheap than xícara. That is why in popular houses we drink coffee e copo, regular copo, okay, copo normal. I'm saying this because you may see here in this example, eu tomei copo de café. So this happens because copo, it is cheaper than a xícara. That is why you will find many families drinking coffee no copo instead of xícara. What I'm trying to say here is that xícara, it is always for coffee and tea. Copo, you can drink lots of beverages on it. You can drink café, chá, água, suco, cerveja, and so on. Whatever it is the liquid you can drink no copo. Okay? Xícara just for coffee and tea. Can we go to the next segment? You guys got questions on this? No? Okay, so let's move on. Here, guys, not this one here. Yes, almoçar. Almoçar means to have lunch. We have a specific verb in Portuguese to say, to have lunch. This action of having lunch. Almoçar is the meal you have around noon, midday. Sometimes people do it a little earlier in 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Yes. But the proper timing it is at the noon, during the noon. So noon in the noon it is this meal, almoço. It is when we almoçamos. Okay, almoçar, the meal you have around noon, something around that timing. So here, guys, some examples of this phrase. Está na hora do almoço. Está na hora do almoço. This means it's lunch time. So everybody, está na hora do almoço.
Está na. You have taken it away. Okay, está na hora do almoço.
Yes, está na hora do almoço. So it may be meio-dia. Meio-dia means noon. Meio-dia. Here in
Mentira.
invitation to you. Some friends may ask you, vamos almoçar? Vamos almoçar? Everybody, vamos almoçar?
Vamos almoçar.
Vamos almoçar.
Yeah, so you guys know what this means?
Yes.
Let's
Let's.
lunch.
Yes,
Uh,
very
have you
good.
had lunch?
Yes, he's inviting you. Let's go to have lunch. Something
Let's
like,
go.
yeah, something like this. Here, guys, já
But
fez
there's
o.
a question mark in front of it.
Here?
So, yes,
Yes,
which makes it a question.
yes, because in Portuguese, in Brazilian culture, we do this invitation in a form of question because we don't know whether the person will say yes or no. So you're kind of doing a question as an invitation. Do you understand? So, vamos almoçar? And then you expect the answer. The people may say, oh, yes, let's go. Or maybe she says, no, I'm busy working, I'll go later. Okay? So, culturally, in Brazilian culture, we do this invitation in a form of question. If you just say, vamos almoçar, we only say in this way as an affirmation if we know that the other person will accept. For example, your wife. Your wife, if you say vamos almoçar, she agrees with you because you know her so well that you know she will say yes. Vamos almoçar. Okay. Then you grab your car, you take your car, your motorbike, and take her to someplace nice. Vamos almoçar. Okay? Or maybe you are in your house. The lunch is ready. You say vamos almoçar. Okay, no need for invitation. Vamos almoçar. If it is an invitation, it is like a question. You expect yes or no. Okay? So let me just put here. Vamos almoçar? Vamos almoçar? Yes. Let's go. Okay? Next, já fez o almoço? Já fez o almoço? Here you are asking uh, to the person that is in the charge of doing the lunch. So, it is ready yet? Have you made lunch yet? Perhaps it is your grandma, your wife, your husband. Você já fez o almoço? Have you made lunch yet? Você já fez o almoço? It is almost noon. É quase meio-dia. Já fez o almoço? Okay? So this means this. Já fez o almoço? Everybody, já fez o almoço? Já fez o almoço?
Já fez o almoço?
Okay.
Yes, já fez o almoço, and then people may say a negative answer. Ainda não. Ainda não means not yet. Ainda
Yes.
não.
Ainda
Everybody,
não.
ainda não.
Ainda não.
Yes.
And
And then maybe a positive answer. O almoço está pronto. O almoço está pronto. The lunch is ready.
O almoço
Everybody, o
está
almoço
pronto.
está pronto.
O almoço está
Almoço.
pronto.
Yes. O almoço está
Almoço
pronto. Pronto
Está
means
pronto.
ready. Lunch is ready.
it does it mean lunch?
Almoço, it is the lunch. You guys have lunch also during the midday, right? The noon. Lunch. Almoço. Almoço, almoçar. It is a meal. You have around noon. O almoço está pronto. Here, guys, the same question you asked about the breakfast, you can apply, you can change to almoço as well. Você já almoçou? Você já almoçou?
Você já almoçou?
Yes. Have you had lunch yet? Yeah, yet. And then the person may reply in a positive way. Sim, eu já almocei. Everybody, sim, eu já almocei.
Sim, eu já almocei.
Eu já almocei.
Eu já almocei.
Yes. In almocei, it is the verb almoçar in the past tense. Eu almocei, tu almoçastes, ele, ela almoçou. Here, guys, a negative answer. Não, eu ainda não almocei. Não, eu ainda não almocei. Everybody. Não, eu ainda.
Não, eu ainda não almocei.
Yes. No, I have not had lunch yet. Okay. Why? And then you can going on with the conversation. Eu vou almoçar 1 hora. Eu vou almoçar 1 hora. Everybody, eu vou almoçar.
Eu vou almoçar 1 hora.
Yes, and here, guys, when you hear a Brazilian person talking in this way, eu vou almoçar 1 hora. It means 1 p.m. Okay, 1 p.m. He's talking about 1 p.m. This is how we say eu vou almoçar 1 hora. I'm not referring to in 1 hour, just as Google Translator did this here, right here. It doesn't mean this. As I told you, o almoço, the lunch, we usually do it around noon. Okay, so if somebody replies to you, no, I have not yet had lunch, and then you can ask why, because I will only have lunch 1 p.m. Okay, this whole phrase that I just did in English, in Portuguese, is what it means here. Eu vou almoçar 1 hora. And I can replace, for example, 2 horas. Eu vou almoçar 2 horas. 2 p.m. Okay, eu vou almoçar 2 horas. If I were to say in 1 hour, okay, in 1 hour, the structure is this. Em 1 hora. Okay, em 1 hora. Em 1 hora, this is how what it means here. In 1 hour, in Portuguese, you say in this way. Eu vou almoçar em 1 hora. The preposition is important. Em 1 hora. If the person just says eu vou almoçar 1 hora, it means I'm going to have lunch in 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Ok?
Yeah,
Eu vou
I have a
almoçar.
question.
Ok.
Now, if almoçar is in by 12 noon, what
Tw-
time is janta?
12 noon. Noon.
Almoçar for 12 noon. Janta, what time is that? I want to see the difference between your eating.
You are referring nighttime? Night
Dinner.
night
Yes, night time. What time? The night food.
nighttime it is not almoço, it is janta, okay? Janta.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I said if almoçar is 12 noon, which is midday, what time is janta?
Okay, janta we have it around 7 p.m.
So
to
7 hours no food. No,
yeah,
because the breakfast is around 8 o'clock. 4 hours you eat the just 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 inquisitive. No problem about that. Just want to know.
yeah, culturally janta is around 8 p.m. Okay, some people do it 7 p.m.
So
Some people,
between lunch
yes,
and janta, is there any other meal in between or nothing?
yes, there are the snacks which we say merenda. but not everyone do this. Okay, merenda. So the principles, the main meals are three, just three. Café da manhã. I'm going to add the time as well here, in which we usually do this. Café da manhã, 8 a.m. Let me just add
Wait,
here. Yeah, if
wait.
you are a person that needs to wake up early in the morning, for example me, I have breakfast something like 7 a.m. Yeah, 7:30. 7:30. It is the time I do my breakfast. Café da manhã, 8 a.m. Almoço,
12 noon,
almoço,
midday.
yes, midday, meio-dia, meio-dia. Culturally, these are the timing. Almoço,
But
meio-dia.
it's not like that in Africa. Though it's like that in South America. Guyana is the same time. Suriname is the same time for Almoso. Brazil the same time.
Yeah,
But in Africa, our Almoso is almost around 2 o'clock, 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Let
Yes,
me
Wow.
say
yes.
three.
In
That
the
is
office,
why,
yes.
my friend from Nigeria, here in Manaus, he used to have lunch, something like 5 p.m. And
Lunch?
yes, lunch.
Exactly.
And he is
Because of the night. Maybe the night will be 9 o'clock in the night.
yeah, and he's a very big guy, and me, if I don't eat in the proper timing, I will get skinny lot easier, very fast, because my metabolism is too fast. So I need to eat in the proper timing. Otherwise, I get a lot skinnier than I already am. I'm something like 1 meter 78 high, and I'm only weight something like 60 kilograms. So I'm very skinny, and I need to eat strictly in the right timing. Otherwise, I get more skinnier than I already am. You know, but this guy, he eats like 5 p.m. and he's very big, very muscled. I don't know why. So here, guys, jantar, 8 p.m. Okay, and we during between meals we have merendas. Okay, and the time may vary. Okay, merenda here and also merenda here.
Hmm.
All right, between meals. It can be a small meal,
Okay.
a snack the Brazilians do between meals. Okay, but the main meals are these ones: café da manhã, almoço e janta. Okay,
Hmm.
these are
Yeah.
the main meals. Here, guys, eu comi frango com feijão com arroz. Eu comi frango com feijão com arroz. Everybody, eu comi frango com feijão e com arroz.
Eccomi, frango, co, feijão, com arroz.
Yes, feijão com arroz. It is the most Brazilian combination that you will see it across the country. Feijão com arroz.
Every day they eat the same food.
Yeah, feijão com arroz. And
Yes.
you only this will change. Sometimes it is frango,
That's what.
sometimes it is
Frango.
meat. Yeah, frango, carne, peixe. But this
Yes,
here
yes.
will almost never will change. 90% of Brazilians will eat feijão com arroz. All right?
You don't get tired.
No, no, no.
Is it
Actually,
that there are no other food?
they need
I don't.
feijão com arroz to stay alive. Okay. It is, yeah, they are used to it. If they don't eat feijão com arroz, they will get hungry afterwards. Like 1 hour, 2 hour afterwards, they will feel hungry, and they will need to eat
Mm.
another thing again. Here, guys,
But
I still need to show you some other things. Question?
Yeah, I said, does it mean that there are no other foods apart from feijão, cornharos?
Feijão com arroz are the most popular ones, but we also have some variations. But culturally speaking, Brazilians are very used to it, so they will ask for this. They need this in their diet because they are very, yeah, used to it. When they travel to another country, they miss this, feijão com arroz. They miss their home food. It is something that is already on our diet. We are very used to it. Okay? That is why hardly somebody will avoid eating this here in Brazil.
It's not
Okay?
possible.
Here,
Uh,
almoço de domingo, culturally speaking, this is something that we also do here in Brazil. We invite the family members to eat in our homes during the Sunday. We do a special lunch that we call Sunday lunch, something like this. Almoço de domingo. Okay? So you may hear this expression in Brazil as well. Vamos fazer um almoço de domingo. Everybody, vamos fazer um almoço de domingo.
vamos fazer almoço de domingo.
Yes, almoço de domingo, very popular tradition here in Brazil. We invite our family members, distant family members, our friends. Next Sunday I will do a special lunch. Let's everybody come to my house. You're all invited. Okay?
No problem. Send us the address.
Yeah, they share the
That's
address,
good.
and yeah, and the place will be very crowded. It is something that we do traditionally. Almoço de domingo. Uh, yeah, not every Sunday, of course. We try to pick one Sunday during the month and do this special occasion. Okay, that is why it's so special because it is something that we plan to do it, and we only invite the people we like to this event. Almoço de domingo. Here, guys, I also brought to you merenda, okay, some merenda expressions, but we are running out of time. Let me show you some meals that we have in Brazil, okay? Here it is the list of meals for breakfast. We have café com leite, chá, suco. Here it is achocolatado. Remember the chocolate beverage that is very known in Brazil by the brand Nescau. So people will tend to call this Nescau instead of achocolatado. It doesn't matter if it is another brand. It is Nescau is so popular that they usually call Nescau when they see this beverage, okay? But the proper name, the right name, it is achocolatado, okay? Nescau, it is the brand. Most Brazilians don't pay attention to this. The formal way, the proper word, it is achocolatado, okay? Next we have bolo. Bolo also it is part of Brazilian breakfast. Here, guys, the most popular one, pão francês. This little guy here, pão francês, and it has different names across the country. In my city, we say pão francês and also pão massa grossa. There in the south part of the country, they also call it pão cacetinho. Okay, cacetinho. So you may hear these three variations: pão francês, pão massa grossa e pão cacetinho. Yeah, cacetinho. And also we have pão de forma. This one here in this shape, it is called pão de forma. Here, guys, pão na chapa, it is this bread mostly this bread, but fried in that thing they cook hamburgers. I forgot the kind of stove. So they take the bread, they fry in the type of stove. It is called chapa in Portuguese. Chapa is how we call that kind of stove. They have a lanchonetes, okay? So when you fry your bread in that thing, we call it pão na chapa. Pão na chapa, okay? I will show you some pictures in the next class in case you guys didn't understand yet. But you can also do some research, pão na chapa, how they do this. Pão torrado, it is like a, how do we say, toast, but not exactly toast. It is any type of bread that we cut. It may be this one, and then we toast it. We say pão torrado, pão torrado. The ones you call toast in Portuguese are called torradas, which is has this kind of bread and this shape. Torradas, okay? Pão torrado, this one, it may be any kind of bread. This one, torradas, only this bread, which is pão de forma, okay? When you toast pão de forma, becomes torradas. Other breads, pão torrado, okay? Here, guys, cuscuz. Cuscuz, it is like a some kind of cake of corn, okay? It has this shape here. In Portuguese, we call it cuscuz. It is not sweet. It is salty. Okay, it is salty. So it's not sweet. It doesn't have sugar in it. It is a little salty. We call it cuscuz. Cuscuz com ovos mexidos. Here are the eggs. Ovos mexidos. Okay? This one here, we say tapioca. Tapioca. Here, mingau. It's like a stew. For example, oat stew. In Portuguese, we say mingau de aveia. We also have mingau de milho, mingau de trigo, and so many types. Okay, I believe mingau de aveia is like a oat stew. I believe. Let me see here. Let me see here. Mingau de aveia. Oatmeal porridge. I don't know if I pronounced this correctly. Let me write this down. So you guys understand now? Mingau de aveia, oatmeal porridge. I don't know if you know this word. Sounds, yeah, it's different to me. Here, the next, pão com ovo, is like bread with eggs. Pão com ovo. And then sandwich. All of these meals here, this food, they are part of the Brazilian breakfast. Okay, all of these foods here. So if I ask you, você já tomou café? Você já tomou café? You can reply, sim, eu já tomei café. Eu comi pão com ovo, né? E café com leite. Com café com leite. Pão com ovo e café com leite. Or tapioca com suco. Or cuscuz com achocolatado. You can form your phrases on whatever the situation matches better to you. Here, guys, I also brought you some almoço, okay? Almoço. These here are some of the dishes that make part of the Brazilian lunch. Feijão com arroz, as I just explained to you guys. Feijão com arroz, very integrated with the Brazilian culture. 99% of Brazilians will eat feijão com arroz in their lunch. Feijoada, it is like a soup of beans that has sausages, meat on it. Okay, I will tell you the story about feijoada to you guys in another opportunity. Okay, it is very interesting, the story of feijoada, how
Mm.
this dish was created. Here, macarronada. Okay, macarronada. Macarronada, it is like pasta. Okay, it has this tomato sauce. Okay, macarronada. In Brazil, we do three types, basically three types of macarronada, which is the one with sausages, the one with meat, and the one with chicken. Okay, but basically it is the pasta with some sauce of the variation that we choose, sauce of chicken, sausage, or meat. Here, guys, frango assado, frango assado. Okay, there is no secret on this one. Frango assado or galinha assada. Remember, the animal is dead. He,
Yes.
he or her cannot claim what he is, whether he was a female or male. It is dead. Let's call it whatever we like. Galinha assada or frango assado. Here, guys, peixe assado. Very tasty as well. Peixe assado. This one here, it is like I forgot how we call this in English. Em português it is picadinho. Picadinho com batatas. Batatas, potato. Uh, Picadinho it is like let me say here, carne moída. I forgot how I say this in English. Minced meat. Yeah, I don't know how to. I'm going to write this down here. You guys tell me if it's correct. Okay, picadinho means this here. Okay, minced meat with potatoes. Okay, picadinho com batatas. And this one here, down here, soup. Sopa de carne. Okay, sopa de carne. Very well. Okay, guys, I think I exaggerated a little. Okay, I passed 8 minutes. I just wanted to explain this to you guys so you don't get confused. All right, just so for this, I'm sorry. Uh, Overall, this is all that we have for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this class. I certainly enjoyed being your teacher as always, and I hope you have learned something tonight. Okay? Is everyone still there?
Yes, Professor.
So,
Okay. So, if you guys don't have any other question, let's just finish tonight's class with the usual prayer.